Right, good morning, people. Welcome back. If I don't get round to any of the comments for a while today after I posted this, it's because the missus got the day off and we're going out for a few hours. Gonna have a walk around. I'll feel a bit safer with somebody with me. But anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Oh, let me move that for the cat. I suppose you're going to want to go out now, aren't you? Bloody cat always wants to go out just when I start to do something. Right, well, let's get into this today then, shall we? Well, it would seem that we're bringing some of our gas fields back online. Well done, Boris. Should never have been shut down, you idiot. But including 3 new ones. And I've never heard of these. But the government are hinting that they're new discoveries. Well, they're not. One was discovered back in the mid-60s. 2 others, one was in the 90s and one I believe was in the early 2000s. But they didn't give any permissions and what have you to develop them back then, these 3 new ones, because gas prices were very, very low. And they wouldn't get the investment in them. But now, they're saying all 3 have been approved, I should say, and are actually pumping. Now, this just shows how much the government were thinking about the green policies, because these 3 fields were approved to be bought online but not used in 2019, which is exactly the same time that all the big hoo-ha and the argument started about the Greens, about energy, green energy, stuff like that. So they were never bought online, even though gas prices have been going up and up and up. But now they can see the big VAT windfall that they're getting on gas, fuel, diesel, along with everything else in life. They've decided, we could make a killing here ourselves instead of just charging duty on somebody else's fuel coming in. We'll open them up. Boris. Without even trying, you're so transparent at what you're doing here. Just proving it's all about the money. Not about the people, not about us, not about the country. It's all about money for you, isn't it? Now, I said in yesterday's video, as far as I can see, the green agenda, all these contracts are out the window. So your little jolly in Scotland and everywhere, just another waste of millions and millions of pounds, because nothing's going to come from it. But the purple-haired herbivores are going to be spitting their salads out over this, aren't they? But I'm just thinking of a picture I saw. It was back during the HS2 protests. Now, I saw a picture of a load of these protesters with the multicoloured hair in a field. Now, to me, they just look like a herd of sheep with mating dye patches on their backs, with all their coloured hair bouncing around in the field there. For those that don't know, the mating patch is where the ram's fitted on his chest with a dye pack. So as soon as he's covered one of the sheep, that dye is transferred to that sheep, so they know which ones have been impregnated, or a good idea which ones have been impregnated. But that's what these look like in this field. All the funny coloured hair, they just look like a load of sheep that have been put out there to mate. And now I'm seeing reports. I wondered how long this would be before we started seeing this. Many more parents now are taking their kids out of school, literally because they can't afford the fuel to take them. If there's no transport to get these kids to school, they ain't going. The parents can't afford to take them. So they're starting to school at home again. And we've got reports of workers sleeping in their cars in car parks or sleeping in the office. Why? Because they can't afford the commute. You know, is this where we're heading? Where people actually can't afford to get to work, even if they've got a job? Boris, the rest of you and your corrupt elite, you seriously need to get your heads out of each other's arses and see what you have done to this country. Come out into the real world that you've created. Listen to what the people are saying, not what your little gang of censors hide from you and give you full of bullshit. You don't know what the real world is, you assholes. You really don't. And for the last few weeks, the talk has been in the House as well as in public about the problem with the UK police, countrywide, not just the Met. They're concentrating on the Met, but this is countrywide. You know, the police are still out there bullying, intimidating, walking around the streets like packs of wild hyenas, looking for the solo wounded animal to intimidate and pick off and incriminate. Now, are we going to start seeing attacks, revenge attacks like they do in America on the police? I wouldn't be at all surprised if we start seeing that in the near future. And you can guarantee they're going to blame the public for this. Well, to the police, I would say, it's not the public. You've created this situation. You've created the mistrust, the fear of the police. And anything that happens to you in the future, as far as I'm concerned, you've been warned enough times and you're bringing it on your own back. You will not be trusted for decades. And before anybody bleats there's good ones out there, no, there isn't. There's one or two that might do good deeds and profess to be the good side of the police force, but while they're still covering up for the bad ones, there are no good ones. So until you winkle the bad ones out, all of them, nothing's going to change. They'll still say a force of narcissistic bully bastards. All I can say is, by your behaviour, you're going to end up reaping what you sow. And don't forget, there's many more of us than there is of you. Anyway, people, like I say, we're going out in a bit. So if I don't get round to replying to any comments to this until later, please forgive me. I do try and answer them straight away if I'm at home. But sometimes you just can't. So, as always, end of every video, thank you for your support. My respect to each and every one of you. And until the next time, stay strong. No. Stay safe. Stay strong. Stay free from tyranny and propaganda. Maybe this lot in my head is affecting me more than I thought. I'm gone, guys. Be safe out in there.